Hi folks, a very warm welcome to you. My name is Nick on the zxspectrum and we're going to play a homebrew. This is on the 48k, yes, don't get distracted by the music, it's definitely 48k because the author said so. This one is called Black Star, published by Userbox.net in 2015. It's been written by Juan J. Martinez and it was created as a part of a competition called the BitBitJam in 2015, and it came in second place as I redefine my keys here, but impressive, it was written in 48 hours, so bear that in mind. 48 hours and they've come up with this warning. It's like a Space Invaders type game, so let's see what you can do. Now, an anomaly has been detected at the border of the system. Hostile spaceships are jumping through a wormhole. Oh no, the Kingdom of Heavens must be protected at all costs, right? It's up to you. Deploy the Black Star. So here we go, in a ship called the Black Star. Here we go. So on this ship down the bottom, it's all very monochrome. It sort of like moves okay first of all. I love that planet in the distance. Already I would like a bit of extra colour, but you know, 48 hours. So if you're used to Space Invaders, you have to compare it with that. In particular, Super Space Invaders. Already it's comparable. This is wave 1, it says in the top right. I don't know how many waves we've got. And in the top left, just under score, you see how many lives we've got. There we go. So I don't know if this ship was based loosely on the Millennium Falcon. It has that sort of shape in it, but it's different enough. So here we go. So just see how long I can survive. The enemy don't seem to be shooting back at the moment. As I go on to wave 2, they seem to be easy, or they're occasional shot, right? They seem to be quite easy to shoot. Now, because all the shooting back at me is white, I'm going to have to concentrate here. It's not a different colour. So just white and yellow, I think we need to work with. If you played this one, let me know. It's 2015. If you want to download it, I got it from Spectrum Computing. So as a competition, a BitBitJam #2 it says. It shows that's the second competition they had back in 2015. Every Wednesday we do look at a homebrew, so keep your eye out for those. Thank you to everyone that subscribed so far. If you haven't subscribed at the moment and you like this kind of talk, then please consider doing so, because we're here to beat stress really. It's never expert gameplay, although sometimes it happens at random. It's just to have a bit of fun and escape the everyday reality of life for a few hours at least. If you want to binge, well, all the zxspectrum reviews are in the playlist there. There's loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of them. Click on my username, goes to the channel, then on the tabs it should be, if they've changed it, the list of playlists. If you click on that tab, boom, I've killed him. Right, wave 4, we're zipping through. I guess these guys are going to get gradually more evil as we go through. Interesting aliens. I can't quite make out what they are, because we've got a fly and some other thing going backward and forward. But let's just keep shooting and get as far as we possibly can. So, you know, you got to take this for what it is. It's Space Invaders. It does represent Space Invaders well. The sound for what's there is adequate for Space Invaders. It's not going to blow the world away, but again, it was made in within 48 hours for that competition. So bearing that in mind, it's brilliant. In 48 hours, I probably could just make my bed and maybe do a couple of reviews or something. So, you know, from scratch, it's pretty awesome. So well done, Juan J. Martinez, 2015. You know, if it had come about back in the day, like I say, all these homebrews, it would have been held in very high regard. One of my favourite shooters back in the early 80s was Space Raiders. This is much, much, much advanced than that, although there's less colour. I suppose there's no shields to hide behind, is there really, like some of the Space Invaders games? Oh, is it like Galaxians? Well, not really, because the aliens aren't flying down at us at any point. Check out my high score, 1525. So, you know, it starts off fairly easy, this, so you're not very good at Space Invaders. This is quite an easy challenge early on. I'm already up to wave 5 and nothing too serious has happened so far. As you know, in Space Invaders, if the enemy ever gets to the bottom of the screen, it's Doomsville, you will lose a life. I think if you do get shot in this, it just continues onwards until all your lives are gone. Right, kaboom, kagoom, kasplat, kaboom. I would have liked the things that you're firing up to be a different colour, maybe yellow, but you know, that's a small gripe. I mean, there's no colour clash, it's all the same colour, but even so, the ship against that planet there on the left has been well done. There's a good bit of mask in there. There's no box around the ship I can see, so that is very, very clever indeedy. Come on, let's get this thing. Got it. Kaboom. Up to wave 7. Right, so they're gradually getting closer to me. Extra waves. This mob, again, don't look particularly evil. I presume at some point I'm going to run out of skills. So this one has been published by Userbox.net. I think it's the first game I have actually covered by Userbox.net. There we go. There's another game by one J Martinez I was going to review but couldn't get it to work. It's called Brick Rick the Graveyard Shift, which looked pretty cool. So if you can get that to work, well done. I couldn't get it to work on my setup. It was like quite a cool Halloween type platformer. Get that fly, good. So we've been attacked by aliens really. The Black Star's gone to try and save the day, but like in all Space Invaders games, the enemy just keep getting, well, normal Space Invaders, the same mob that keep turning up. This one seems to advance in different waves. I imagine there's about 50 waves or something. That seems about standard for this sort of thing. They're gradually getting quicker. The sound of the enemies coming down isn't too dissimilar from when you're doing Advanced Lawnmower Simulator, that joke game where the sound is like the cursor going down the screen. Boof. There we go. Here they are again. They're looking like a load of cakes, I suppose. Muffins or fondant fancies. Let's kaboom their bottoms. Kaboom, kaboom, kaboom. You know, I might play this quickly in a live stream, but I don't think I'll go to it a great deal of times, because while it is clever, it's not particularly holding my interest, but the graphics are quite cool, I suppose. Right, it shows the author knows what they're doing. So well done, Juan J. Martinez. You know, talented coder. It's a good bit of animation of the aliens going across. They're not just gliding backward and forward. They're doing a few things. So points for that. It's an acceptable little shooter there. If you want a good shooter through space, an awesome homebrew shooter through space, check out Redshift. That's not a bad little one. It's a vertical scrolling shooter, that one, so it doesn't completely compare with this. This is like a stationary screen. Looks like the background stays the same all the time. Redshift, you're going through space. Right, we've got 3 rows now. We've seen about 2 different aliens, haven't we, really? Doesn't look like it's got the UFO that goes across the top in this one. So it's more like, I don't know, I suppose it's Space Invaders stroke Galaxians, like a mixture of the two, maybe. Right. There's more like snooker balls firing at me. I don't know why they're attacking me with snooker balls. Maybe it's from the Snooker Federation. I don't want to get... But the only colour here is red. Right, come on, get the time of these fly boys. Come on, Superfly. Superfly guy, diddly diddly. Wave 12. So, you know, I've wished up to wave 12 quite easily. I do notice it's slowing down. The more stuff that's moving on the screen, it's not seeming so smooth. My firing is a bit tricky, so it feels like we're going a bit through treacle now. The more stuff's on the screen, the more we're shooting. It seems to be easing ever so slightly. Maybe it should have been for 128k, but this is 48k, I remind you. So, also they're going to get, yeah, I think we're getting in trouble here, aren't we? That's, yeah, it reached the bottom of the screen, and we're doomed. Oh, 1 life left, as wave 13. Lucky for some, unlucky for others. 2015. Boom, 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 boom. Good stuff. So I'll take this opportunity to say thank you to the members as well. They're helping keeping the channel running, so we try and review an impossible task, trying to review everything ever. But as I say, there's hundreds, nearly thousands of game reviews here, so if you want to watch all them, show the older ones some love, they are there for you. Oh, game over, not just Spectrum. Right, good. Game over, boy. I think we'll have just a quick go of the first few screens again there. Good music here. BitBitJam 2015. I don't know if that competition is still going. So you can do the keyboard, you can do the joystick. I redefine my keys. Warning, warning. There's a warning going on. Right, we know about that anomaly. I don't think you can ever win in Space Invaders. So now it looks very, very pedestrian. But the speed's okay with my ship backward and forward, but the enemy are going very slow. It's wave 1. If you're an alien in wave 1, well, you've got no chance because you're moving very slow, you look like a cake, and you're not firing back. But that's just an introduction to the game, and it's much better than those games which start off way too difficult, first of all. Views generally are how you would have found it on your first or second go. If it had come out back in the day as a kid, I would have played it quite a bit because it's inviting gameplay. It drags you in, getting gradually more difficult, and it only sort of like getting difficult really on wave 10. So you're gonna get a bit of distance to this straight away. So you want a bit of chilling, you want to shoot some people that don't shoot back for a while, then this is your one. So we've pretty much seen all the gameplay really. 48 hours, as I said. I would like to see a bit more colour in there, but again, 48 hours. 48 hours, 48 hours. Made under there. So, you know, the guy must have been working his socks off to get this done for the competition. And I believe they've come second place. So maybe we should look at some others in that competition to see what actually won. I bet some platformer won or something like that. Unless they was all shooters. I haven't seen the competition. Quite a few competitions that run. There for people. There was 2D Death Chase, which was in a Crap Games competition. That was quite amusingly reviewed. You want to look at that one as well. Not particularly good game, but that was the idea of the competition, and it was quite funny to see. I think we will leave it there, folks. Maybe I'll deliberately blow up the ship here. Millennium Falcon's going to get kaboomed. Let's blow it up there. So, you know, overall I quite liked it. I don't think it's going to hold my long-term interest, but I can see it was quite clever and nice to see as it goes to game over again. So, hope you like to have a look at that one. That's a Black Star, a homebrew on the ZXspectrum 48K, published by Userbox.net. This music's quite good, written by Juan J. Martinez in 2015. If you've got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro, then please put that below. You're always more than welcome. Until next time, take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.